We're joined here today with Litto from Flor Dominicana. He's in town doing an event with Emerson Cigars today, and we just like to thank you for taking a little time to talk to us this morning. And wonder if you could talk about some of the new cigars, Chapter 1 and FPL.
Yeah, thank you, Dan, and thanks for the opportunity to talk to your customers here in Emerson. Chapter 1, I would like to take credit for it, but it's actually not my project. It is my son Antonio's project. He just moved to the Dominican Republic and started to work with me at the factory. And this is his first project. He created the idea and the concept of the Chapter 1. And he created the blend. And so it's pretty much to his credit. All I have done is buy the tobaccos. That's what I do for the factory normally. And he used the tobaccos that are existing at the factory. And basically, it is a 58 ring gauge chisel, which is slightly, not really heavily box pressed, but slightly box pressed. And it has a great blend of all Dominican filler and with different types of seed that we grow at the farm, and it's all grown in house. And then the binder, it's aged broadleaf, and it has also it has a wrapper that we have used before in some smaller projects, and but I think it's one of the great wrappers. There's not a lot of it available. It's a Habano, Brazilian Habano seed wrapper, and it's obviously ligero because it comes from the top leaves of the plant, and that's how we obtain the darkest of the darkness of those leaves. And so the combination of these tobaccos have created a cigar that it will be a little bit away from my style of blending. I like a little more spice on my blendings, but on the other hand, it does have all the intensity of flavor and the strength of La Flor Dominicana product. The way I blend cigars without a little bit of the spice that normally you'll find in some of our full body cigars. But the result was great. There's a lot of sweetness, and there's a lot of intensity of flavor, very pleasant flavors. So I think we're very happy. I was just dying for that cigar to be in the market because it's just whenever you have something that you really go nuts for it, and the first thing you want to do is you can't wait until it's here in the retail shops and it's available to the consumers. And we just started to get the feedback from the consumers that have tried it, and so far it's been great. It's all that we expected. Great flavor, great cigar. It looks gorgeous, and it just, when you look at it, you just want to smoke it.
And this is a limited production cigar, or?
Yes, it is limited, and obviously Chapter 1, it should tell you that there will be a Chapter 2 at some point.
Sure.
We don't know exactly how many cigars we're going to make. That will all depend on how much we have of this wrapper.
So it's availability of tobacco.
Yeah.
Right.
As we start, digging into the wrapper piles to this Brazilian tobacco, we find wrappers, but it doesn't give us a big yield of the wrappers that we want for the cigar. So it will all depend on how much wrapper we can get out of this lot of tobacco. So, and that is what will determine how many cigars we will make on this. We don't know yet, but it's not going to be a lot.
And that's kind of the same concept with the FPL too, as well, right?
Yeah, the FPL is the same concept, and we will make maybe about 1,500 boxes.
And those are 12 count?
12 count, yeah. That's what I think we'll be able to make on those. I was smoking one with Josh yesterday in the car, and the flavors on the FPL are just exquisite.
Yeah.
Really, really great flavors. I enjoy it a lot.
Flor Dominicana is, has a full range of flavor profiles from mild to full bodied, but most people associate LFD with full bodied cigars. Can you talk about your use of ligero and what you're looking for when you create new blends?
Mm-hmm. It is, I have to make clear that we also make some medium body cigars and some light cigars,
sure.
Which is how the company started. We started making a very typical, conventional Dominican cigar back in '94. Back in the mid-'90s, the typical Dominican cigar was mild, very smooth, great aroma, and it was basically a Connecticut shade wrapper with the Dominican filler and binder. And we still make those cigars, and we will make it forever because it's our original line. It's very special to us. But as my taste preference evolved over the years, maybe the same thing that happened to many of cigar smokers out there. As you start with milder cigars, and then you grow into more and more flavor, and that's how you get to end up smoking full body cigars. And that happened to me, and that obviously reflects on all the blends that we do at Flor Dominicana. It is, if it comes from the Flor factory, it will have a lot of ligero on it. And ligero is something that is very much associated with the Flor Dominicana. Basically for us, it starts in the field. It starts when we put those plants in the ground, and we decide how many plants are we going to put on the ground per square yard. Instead of putting 10 plants, we're going to put 6 plants. So those 6 plants will be the ones that take all these nutrients from the soil. So just beginning on that, we start designing, we start getting what we want from those plants of tobacco. Then during the growing process, if a normal farmer will take the 2 bottom leaves and get rid of them in a tobacco plant, we eliminate up to 6 leaves in a tobacco plant from the bottom. Because why? Because I want less leaves in that plant taking all the nutrients, so we get a bigger percentage of ligero leaves.
Sure.
That's how we design. That's how we create ligero leaves. But it all starts at the farm, and then when it comes to the factory, it's during the fermentation process, we can decide, okay, what do we want with these top leaves, leaves from the top of the plant? How much do we want to ferment this? Do I want to take it to a point in which it's very smooth and it still has a lot of power, but it lost a lot of the spice and has a lot of flavor and it's very smooth? Or I want the same tobacco to be fermented to a point in which it still has a lot of the spice. It has a lot of flavor, it has a lot of strength, and it also has a lot of spice. So we, because we ferment all the tobaccos that come from the farm, nobody touches them other than us at La Flor Dominicana. So from the moment they come from the farm, we start fermenting them, and we take them exactly to what those tobaccos are, what cigars are, those leaves are going to go to. Right. So that's how we work the tobaccos, and by being farmers, we also have the ability to control every process and get these ligero leaves to the point that we really want, according to which lines of cigars are going to go. And so there's always basically whatever we blend on the Flor Dominicana is going to have a lot of ligero, it's going to have a lot of flavor, it's going to have power, and not necessarily will be rough and spicy and to a point in which it bothers your palate. But you know what we look for, we look for elegant power, finesse, balance, but a lot of flavor, and that's what we try to accomplish at La Flor Dominicana.